And happy Thursday. Thursday? Happy Saturday, everyone. Wow. I'm still stuck on Thursday yet. My apologies, everyone. Well, welcome in, folks. It's been a rough week when you can't figure out what day it is.
Yeah, no kidding.
Hopefully everyone else's week has gone well. If not, I guess we can all hang out together and talk about it, huh? How about that?
Yeah.
And maybe by the end of this live stream, we'll all have a great weekend. How about that?
Yeah, I told you how the last few days of mine have been, and it was like, you know what? Saturday night, I'm going to sit here and have a few beers and talk to Vibes, and I'm not going to worry about it. I worry about it tomorrow.
That's a good point.
Yeah, nothing I can do about it right now. So
same.
Yeah. I probably can't do anything about that truck until Monday. So
right, true.
Why worry?
Yeah. Enjoy the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And for those coming in that watch the replay, I appreciate it. I need to remind Vibes, that guy that does live stream Thursday and Saturdays, to thank y'all to watch the replay. That guy forgets sometimes, so give him a little bit of slack, you know. And also for those that won giveaways this past Thursday on the birthday stream, those packages have been shipped out this morning. And Emma, I know you probably not hear it now, or you probably won't even see this even. But anyways, if you do, your packages is also sent your way. I went to the post office this morning, sent all the packages out. So, and Bratton, I'm gonna call you out. Hey, by the way, Bratton, I did go ahead and sign your koozie for you. You asked for your koozie to be signed. Whatever. Hopefully you enjoy it. Anyways, trouble's here, y'all. So time for best of behavior. Hey Skipper.
What's up?
Not much. Just hanging out. Starting out late.
Yeah, I know. I was wondering what was going on. I was about to get to bed.
You could have. It probably been better off.
Yeah.
You have a good week?
Oh, yeah. Busy week.
Yeah. Good. Hey, Sam. First one in. Skipper Steve. We're taking so long. I had my laptop decided to do an update right when I was getting ready to go live. Like, come on, really? And it was an autumn. It didn't let me stop it. There's nothing I could have done about it. It was weird. So here I am. And then after when we started, my microphone and camera cut off. So I had to totally unplug them. I had to. It took a lot of stuff to get back on again. So
that's what I said. I knew you were doing something because you'd show up on the screen and then disappear, and then you'd show up and then you disappear.
I did a lot of testing trying to figure out where is this audio. First, I had my camera. It worked for a while. Then my audio went out. Couldn't hear anything. So I went and yeah. But here we are. Hey, Jenkins, Katie, and River. Are you waiting? No, I'm not waiting for Pelin's 5-hour auction to end. Nope.
No.
Hey, Shark Fin, welcome in. Hey, you know what? I found out Shark Fin is local to me, almost. It's 2 hours away from me. I didn't realize that.
That's not bad in Texas.
Right? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
MNC, welcome in.
That's right next door in Texas.
Yeah, you can cover a lot of ground in 2 hours in Texas. You ain't doing that here in PA.
True.
Not. You may make it a quarter of the way through the state.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
now depends.
The hills.
But those 2 hours in Texas depends where you're at. If you're in the city, hey, you're not covering much ground. But if you're out in the country, oh yeah, you can cover a lot of ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speed limit 85 miles an hour, and if you push it 90, 95, you're moving pretty good. In 2 hours time, you can be 180 miles away.
Yeah.
Hey, somebody fish, welcome in. Stephen P. Happy birthday. For those that have not told Stephen P. happy birthday yet, are you even living your life properly? His birthday is today. Sweet 40, I think, right?
I was going to, but I don't like to think about my birthday, so I don't
Yeah, I think
mind anybody about theirs either.
so.
It's
And
just
then
a
there
new
was-
day for me.
Yeah. It's usually a day where I get to go out to eat and I get to pay. So
Some fish is also local to me. Yep, I can be also in 2 hours. Are you north? Are you up in like Dallas? I can't remember where you located at. Some fish. I think we got a lot of Texans here tonight. There you go. Happy birthday, Steven. Yep. Okay, yeah. You live in Granbury, yep. Someday I want to meet you, some fish, in person. You know, you could have attended the event in San Antonio. Just saying. That was last weekend.
did
That's
you guys,
it's more than 2 hours, then, isn't it?
Yeah. It's probably maybe 3.5, maybe? 3? I don't know.
did you see where that convention's going to be next year?
In Kentucky, right?
Louisville, Kentucky.
Shut up.
Yeah. It's like June 23rd to something, 20 to 23rd, Louisville, Kentucky.
I ain't gonna be able to go. Because in August we're going on a cruise and it's overseas in Greece.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I was talking to Jorge, and he wants to do a cross-country trip and just, like, stop here and go to M&C's house and work his way all the way to Kentucky and then come
Wait a
back.
minute. Did you say June?
Yeah, it's June.
Oh, well, yeah. It may happen.
Nice.
It's in the middle. It's in the middle of June, like around the 20th.
Well, I went to it 2 years ago.
Yeah.
When we had it there in, it's Lexington, isn't it? Anyways, one of them two places. It's not far.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scuba thing. I think you're right, Scuba. I think ACA is in Lexington.
Mm-hmm.
Which according to the poster, I think you're right. I think this is Lexington on it. Now,
there.
I feel, it's only about a couple hours away. Hour and a half, maybe, from Louisville. Yeah, Scuba's in Louisville.
I saw it on Facebook.
What? Excuse me. Wasn't it in Lexington the last time before this?
No, it was in Louisville last time. The Triple Crown.
It was.
Yeah. That's where I met you the first time.
Oh yeah, it was.
My
Then you
apologies.
saw me again. 'Cause I think you went to the Clash that year too, didn't you?
But might have been.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
No, I
It's
can't.
been too long ago. Yeah, some fish. You didn't meet some other people. Hey, you know, some fish. You could come to that event in San Antonio and bought some of your koi. There's a good chance you could have sold them at the swap, or you could give them away if you're trying to get rid of them.
You have a license to sell fish down there in Texas?
Yeah, you're supposed to. Hey, it's Real Steve. Welcome in. Oh, you're in Spain. That's why I was excited. It's going to be in Lexington, so it's decent hour drive instead of 15 plus hour drive like last year's. But I don't know if this event, this ACA, if it might be just the ACA and then one other group maybe. I'm not sure.
I saw
I don't.
I saw the ACA on this list, but
Yeah, but I'm not sure. I don't think it's like it was this year or Triple Crown. I think it's just like one or two clubs together. Hey, you're back, Jake and Katie River. Welcome in.
it says the ACA Lexington, Kentucky, June 25th to 28th, 2026. So I think they're all getting together again.
All of them, or just
was it pretty good?
Well, the deal that I don't remember who showed it to me the other day, and it had the killifish and the live bears and stuff on there too for that.
Yeah, that was the same. I think that was like last year 24. It was 2022. Is
Okay.
when it was in Louisville. I had to backtrack because that was also the year I was out in Portland. So
Yeah.
they my question is, did you go to the one that they had this year?
He did.
in San Antonio. Yeah.
Was it more organized than the last one?
No, it was worse.
Oh my god.
It was a nightmare.
So it's going to be another hangout session.
Yeah. And what? Hey, I know some of y'all probably watching this tonight. I'm talking to y'all. Y'all, maybe I like what you're doing with some younger groups, but you need to maybe do some more advertising. I don't know, because there wasn't a lot of Texans at this event, which is sad. And there were quite a few Texans, fellow fish nerds in the hobby that I know was local to me, and they didn't hear about it. They didn't hear about it until I told them about it like 2 weeks before it even happened. Like, what's that? They didn't hear about it, which is sad. So y'all need to do a better job advertising, and maybe bring in some younger personnel into the club. There you go. I'm just be blunt about it. Now, like I said, I do enjoy what the younger generation is doing, but you're missing a big time gap between the young generation and the old generation. Bring in some of that middle ground. So,
Oh,
and for those who don't know what I'm talking about, I'm going to shout it out right now. KIC, Kids and Secret Keeping. It's an organization now that they put together. Actually, she put together. It'd be one of the board members' daughters. For years, she wanted something to happen. Anyway, she stepped out and put together. And throughout the whole event in San Antonio, there were, like every day, there were events for the kids. From scavenger hunt, board games, there were movies for the kids, pizza parties, there were auctions for the kids, there were aquascapings. I mean, the kids were busy like from sun up, sundown every day.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. And the way they had organized, that's how the event should have been organized, in my opinion. That young lady did a great job doing it. Shout out to Grace, but her name's Grace, by the way. And hey, you know what? I'm gonna shout out her now. She might be joining us here in the future as a guest. Now, she might be kind of shy though, but I see potential for her, and hopefully, maybe some of these other organizations might get the same idea and do the same thing. I'm talking about the Clash, Aquashella, any other these big events. I like that idea. What she has done is what all the other events should have. It should be a common thing, but it's not.
yeah. That's about all Aquashella has is that little game area and face
Right.
painting. That's it for
Mhm.
kids. Are you going to go to the one in the Northeast, Skipper?
When is that one? That's it's in Jersey.
I think it's September, ain't it?
Fuck, I don't know.
I don't remember.
And that kids thing for the Aquashella, they can easily do it. All they need is someone that would be willing to step up and run it.
It's in New Jersey, September 6th and 7th.
What was the dates again?
September 6th and 7th.
The wife had mentioned about going to it.
In that case, go.
Well, it'd be a perfect time because I just want to do it once just to see what it is. I mean, I don't know. So.
I don't know my way around New Jersey, but it's at the New Jersey Convention Center in Edison, New Jersey.
The hotel's a mile away from it. Or it's away from it. It's not in the same spot. Because I've already looked into it. I just couldn't remember the dates.
Yeah, it says the Sheraton Edison.
Yes.
It looks quite a ways on the map.
It is.
What?
Yeah, that's the big downfall. But she said about going for like one day, which that's a 4.5 hour drive. You know, to go out, walk through, see everything, meet people, whatever, and then go home. That's not really a big deal, just to go for one day.
Right.
And I didn't like the fact that the hotel wasn't close. You know.
Right.
Let's see. General admission for one day, $25.
Yeah. And the gas driving out and back.
Yeah.
Hey, Dr. Ted, welcome in.
Yeah, he
I knew who it was. That was Shelby. She told me a while back. Yeah, the Jersey, how they got the Aquashella set up is a bad idea. The hotel should be literally next door where we can walk.
Yeah.
Well, I just know from experience with the Clash, the first year that I did it, that not being there sucks. You know, because like if you want to do a hangout and stuff like that, it's good to have it to where, you know, you're all close together.
Hey, Jenna P, welcome in. Yeah, that Aquashella that year, Jenna P, was I don't know. I'm guessing probably Aquashella maybe slept in. I don't know, and did not get around to it and get the hotel booked. The one there, the Renaissance Hotel, right beside the convention center, because that's where they've had it now for the past 2 years.
Yeah, it's right across the street.
Yeah. That one that Jenna P's talking about was across the highway. It was the Hilton Anatole. It was a pretty fancy hotel. I was there for the one morning, one evening, hang out, whatever. But yeah, it's you had to walk a good distance.
So when you had to go under the overpass, right?
Yep. And that one year, actually that year was when Dallas had so many homeless people under the bridges, overpasses.
Yeah.
And to get from the Aquashella to the hotel, you had to pass a lot of these camps. It was not a clean environment either. It was nasty.
Yeah.
Whatever you can imagine going on was happening there. But yeah.
Yeah. If I go to Dallas again, I'm just staying across the street. I don't care what the sponsor hotel is.
Right.
Because when I would buy something,
right,
like when I bought those Plecos, I just walked across the street up to the elevator and put them in the room.
Yeah.
I already had them in their little tank.
That's the thing. When they have it down in Florida, down was at Orlando, we actually thought about. I said I'd like this. She likes going to Florida, right? So when I said, all right, we'll look into it. I said, no, I'm not going to this one. It was at the Gaylord or whatever. Holy cow.
That's a fancy hotel.
Yeah, it's
Resort.
a resort. It's a resort's what it is. And I was like, no, I'm not paying that. That was crazy.
I was over there for 2 years
Yeah.
to Orlando, Coachella. Yeah, that's a pretty ritzy resort, y'all. Now, both times I stayed with my grandma, but she's like 2 hours from there. So
Well, that part wouldn't be bad. But to
Yeah.
stay there, I was like, oh, I can't do it.
Yeah,
no.
I'm not paying $300 a night or whatever.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Hey Ted, I agree. It is a business and clubbing show.
Yeah.
Hey, bro! Welcome in. For those who don't know, this is my true blood brother, HT Canteen.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. So it's a blessing when you have relatives, brothers that support you. You know. Vibes. Does the Federation of Texas Aquarium Society still do conventions? Yes and no. Hey, lucky enough, I was able to talk to some of the board members at this event because they were there. Anyways, and I was talking to the president about it. He said, "Yeah, he'll love it if we be an active club, but the problem is, it's focused, right? So it's supposed to be in Texas, but the president isn't even in Texas. He's in Louisiana. So basically, there ain't enough clubs in Texas, I guess, active clubs in Texas and Louisiana to make this thing a full run club. You know what I'm saying? An active club. But maybe in the future that they can get back to it. With the club that hosted this event last weekend, the Kids Convention, the way it looks, they might be back on the calendar to be an active club. It's going to take some work on this part as well. So if that happens, that will help boost up the FOTUS, Federation of Texas Aquarium Society, which that's what FOTUS is what it is. But yeah, FOTAS. But so it may be back to what it should be. Yes. That was one of the clubs. It was ALA, AKA, ACA, Betta's group, International Betta group, something like that, and then the FOTUS. And Scubas. Sorry, I see the S and my brain went haywire. Scuba. You know, Scuba, that my brother's your neighbor. Just saying. My brother is in the Louisville area.
Wasn't he at the Triple Crown?
Yeah. So you met him there.
Yeah, I remember meeting him now. Yeah, that's right.
The better looking vibes, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, the good looking one.
Yeah, big one. Hey, love me. Right.
Yeah, this thing says that Federation of Texas Aquarium Society and the International Betta Conference Convention is on July 19th and 20th. Oh, that's 2 years ago. Never
Yeah.
mind.
That's 2
I
years
think
ago.
that was the one they were talking about.
Yeah, I'm just looking
Is
to
it-
see
It
if
was
there's.
in Baton Rouge or something.
Yeah,
It was
Which
30 minutes away from Janet and Steven.
Yeah. Which I wish I would have went now, but that's okay.
there's more clubs hooked to the Texas Association than there is from Texas. Oklahoma,
Yeah.
Arkansas, Louisiana. It's like, what the hell? They have
Yep.
to come up with a different name, like Southern United States Club or something.
Right.
You could.
Hey, Lemmy, good to see you. I haven't seen you at Coon's age. Then again, I
Well,
haven't seen a lot of your people in the chat for a while.
yeah, I know. That's like the NEC is the Northeast Council. That's a bunch of clubs.
Yeah.
They have one this year because the guy that was running it, Greg Jones, he had a baby this year. So that's why they didn't do it. I think they did an auction of some sort, and that was it.
Yeah. Do any of these conventions have palm-related stuff, vendors? I mean, some do, maybe a vendor or two, but no, not on the norm.
I don't think even the Clash had anything.
Now,
I don't know about last year, but a few years before, I don't recall.
Now, at this event in San Antonio, the one vendor did have equipment that you could use on your ponds. He had the bigger equipment, stuff that the guys with big aquariums would use. But yeah. Fish Dreams! Recommend.
Aquashella had koi there, didn't they?
Yeah. Aquashella, this is the first time for them, though.
And the Quad City Swap had koi and goldfish and shabunkins and all kinds of stuff there.
I'm trying to think what that fish cost. The most expensive koi at the show, Aquashella. What it was way out there. But of course, it was the winner of the contest as well. And it spawned for the females at the show, or whatever. And there were eggs available, and they were actually selling the eggs off the spot. That was spawned bred by this male koi. That was expensive.
Did you go by there and take a big deep breath of that?
No. Actually, you didn't have to. You could smell it.
Yeah, it stinks. It stinks.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm having a brain fart right now. I was thinking about what Dr. Ted said about the NEC. It was killed by COVID. Well, 2 years ago, whenever they had it again.
Yeah.
What is the name of that show that is aquarium plants and they did some scaping? It was in North Carolina. Oh man.
The Aquatic Expo?
No. It had to do with the aquarium plants and stuff. I know the AGA.
The AGA.
Yeah, it had. The NEC already had theirs well and ready, set in stone when they were doing it, and then the AGA did it at the same time, and that's what killed it. But what was nice was the people that were there, like the and stuff. It wasn't static to where that you can hang out with everybody, get to know the vendors and everybody. It was nice, but I enjoyed it. I mean, probably 'cause there wasn't a crap ton of people. It was laid back.
Right. Yeah, Jennifer. I was kind of hinting at that. It would have been just to come out and hang out with y'all and any other fish nerds in the area. Yeah, it was small. That's what I heard. Yeah. Anymore, even the events here local to me, they have occasional swaps and meetups, like in San Antonio, even Austin, even Dallas. I'll go for the day. They just to hang out with people that you may have met prior. I mean, I know maybe quite a few of these I don't see regularly online, like y'all. So if I want to meet up with them, it's either on Facebook or in person at one of these events. So now every month, no. Every couple of months, sure, why not? Just kind of drop by and say, hey, how you doing? What any projects happening? You know what I'm saying? No. So, am I behind chat? Was there a good response to that, Jake and Katie River? Did you save all your fish?
I didn't see nothing yet.
Okay. I hope everything turned out all right.
Yeah, that's crazy because the past few days we've actually had some bad weather. Now tomorrow we're going into a heat advisory. Like went from one thing to the next. It's just nuts right now.
Heat advisory, what, like 98 degrees?
Yeah, but it's the humidity.
I know. I'm messing with you.
And then you got the real feel, like the one day it's going to be like 98. The real feel is going to be 108 or something like that.
Right.
And then the shade temperature is what the actual temperature is.
Yes, Ted. Do that. Push Scotty. Tell him to get Aquascape in there. They're an amazing vendor. They were at Aquashella, and I got to hang out with them quite a bit, ask some questions and stuff. They're a pretty nice organization themselves. Now, okay, I don't know all the ins and outs about them, but what I've seen, I like what they have.
I used to watch them a lot. And there is an outfit, it's called Tussey Mountain Mulch, that is one of their approved Aquascape vendors. And they go out and they put in ponds under their name. And they're a vendor, and would that be considered a contractor?
Yeah.
Like if they're doing it under their name?
Yeah.
So I looked into it. I was there at the shop once because I love them setups. They're great. Some of the stuff that he's done over the years. But I looked at the prices. Yeah, I'm good. I was like, I'm good. A little pond was like $10,000. I was like, man.
Yeah, just go rent you a backhoe and buy a liner and get after it.
Yeah.
But $10,000, that's pretty cheap. Because here, we have a local pond contractor here in Austin area, and on the smallest pond, he said it's going to be like $30,000 on like one of the smallest ponds that he does. I know, but once it's all done, it's guaranteed for like 30 years or whatever. Because they'll actually come in there and clean it for you, take care of it for you.
Is it like a contract thing? So like that's why they charge that much, because they're coming and taking care of it. Okay.
Right. Which, I mean, they do. I mean, quality work, it's breathtaking. It's like basically turn your backyard into a natural wildlife, basically. When they're done, it's perfect.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right now, if I didn't have labs, I'd have a heck of a pond and I have a spot for it. But because I don't want to make a wreck pond, you know what I mean?
Right. I mean, for those that have seen some of Tanner's design ponds that he's done, the ones that this guy does in Austin, you can imagine that, maybe even better. That's what he does. That's his job. It's him and his wife. They might have maybe a few people that they've hired on, but yeah. Sorry, I'm behind that.
I saw that company that put rack crosses pond in. He's got a video. He has that contract, and he showed a video where they came out and they took care of his pond once a year.
That's an awesome pond.
Yeah, and they let him film them cleaning his pond and everything they did, which was pretty cool.
That was on his Pond Life channel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's.
Hey, Craig, welcome in.
I had a buddy of mine that wanted to put one in. We was going to do a step thing, like a waterfall, because where he wanted it was at the back of their house. It's flat, and then it's a hillside going up. He said, "What do you think about if we put a waterfall?" And I mean, he wanted to get the whole way to the top. I said, "Well, let's make a little lagoon up top, let it fill up, and then make a little waterfall there into a little lagoon." I said, "We could make that step down, and then dig you up a pond." I said, "We could do it." But I said, "Buddy, I'm going to tell you, we don't know what we're getting into when we start digging into this hillside. Like, are we going to have a bunch of rock? Because one of the things we have here in Pennsylvania is a lot of shale. So if you have that in the mountainside, you might as well just forget about it, because it's going to be a lot of. You ain't digging that by hand. You got to bring equipment in.
In that case, if you don't mind the wood look of a pond, you could do it above ground. You could build up from the ground.
Well, the flat part, I wasn't concerned about digging. It was the hillside.
Okay.
Yeah, because you don't know what you're getting into with those. It could be a small rock, or it could be one that's real huge that you got to move, which will be fine, because I guess you could put dirt in there and sculpt it or whatever.
Right.
But
I mean, you could also, if you have enough rocks around you, you can bring other rocks in, put down your pond liner, bring the rocks in, and make it to form the landscape without digging at all. And let the hillside be part of the waterfall.
yeah, that was the whole point of it, because it would have been perfect. How it wasn't steep; it was gradual. It wasn't like, it need to get a hold of it. Maybe we can still do that.
Hey, welcome in, Jeffro and Asaya Llewellyn. Welcome in. And Craig, good to see y'all. Here's a question. Do you find that a lot of local fish clubs don't do a good job of attracting younger or novice fish keepers? Yeah. But some of these clubs, there's a lot of old folks in these fish clubs. And they do well. They're basically a place for them to do like a reunion, what it is. So it's not going to attract the younger generation.
Well, that's what Geek Boy said about the big club in Denver. Which Denver should have a big club. He says it's all a bunch of old men, and they didn't even really want him there. It's not like he's a teenager. So he doesn't go.
Yeah. And since you mentioned that, Skull, even here, my area, like Austin, San Antonio, there's like 3 clubs that I used to go to regularly. They got a meeting every month, but there again, they don't even enjoy me showing up even. So like, But I've kind of backed away, and yeah. It's a place for them to get together, which that's cool. That's cool. I'm glad that they can do that, But to bring new people in or next generation, nah. That's not good, Jake.
I wanted to go to that club that you had there where you guys went out and ate all the time.
Which one?
You would even broadcast from it because you guys were all out.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Ice cream or something. That was your club meeting, and it was like, hey, I can do those. I'm all in on that. Let's go eat pizza or enchiladas and have a club meeting.
That club is still on Facebook, but in person, it's kind of disappeared. Yeah, sad. Basically, there ain't enough board members or people that want to take it and run. And also, there ain't enough public that want to participate. Actively to participate in the event. So, we have a business nose that's not doing well. That's not good, Jake, Katie, Remember, what's the problem? Is it showing some signs of bruise or something? Hope you figure it out. No,
Yeah.
let me talk about. Go ahead, Skipper.
That's one of my biggest fears is what they went through. I don't have a generator or nothing, so having to deal with that. I started getting them rechargeable. I don't have one sitting here, but air pumps. For when that does happen, they run for a good long time. But when you start getting into a bunch of tanks, that price adds up. You know what I mean?
That's why you get one of those great big air pumps, like a Jimco.
Yeah.
You run every. I run an extension cord up the stairs, and my dune buggy sitting in the garage. I got an inverter I hook to the battery, and I plug that in, and the air pump comes on, and the thing will run for hours on there.
Well, I've been thinking about getting one of them. The prices went up, so it's like, damn, right?
Yeah.
But especially whenever I can get moving to the other side here and get stuff built out. But whenever I do stuff like that, it takes me a while. But I should probably go ahead and order the thing because maybe by the time I'm ready to move, it may be $100 more or something.
Yeah.
But
you can run it a lot of ways. You can run it off your vehicle or whatever.
Yeah.
And you're like me. I don't really worry about the heat unless it's off for a long time because I'm in the basement.
Well, if it's in the summer, I don't care. Wintertime, I get worried.
Yeah, because they could turn to ice.
Well, I don't have. Yeah, it could because no, water don't freeze down here because if that was so, my pipes would freeze. But the tanks would get down in the low 60s. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But and a lot of the fish said that one tank would love that.
Right.
Barbados and the night fly bears I got off of Curtis.
Yeah. They'd be fine.
They wouldn't care. They'd be like, oh,
No.
probably have 50 million of them then after that. You know what I mean?
Probably.
But yeah, no, it's that winter times when I'm really worried. Whenever I was having power strip malfunctions, that's when it happened. Of course.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I'm working to get away from all of those and just have the one pump, and then I have a backup pump. So
I want to do, yeah.
It might be off while I'm at work or something, but as soon as I come home and see it, I could switch pumps or do something about it.
Yeah, yeah.
But I cheat because my fireplace is in my basement, and the chimney goes through the whole house, so it's like 30 foot from here. I can light the fireplace, and this room stays nice and toasty.
Oh, yeah, you would be good. Oh, yeah, no doubt. But hell, you wouldn't have to worry. Like, if you actually did that, all year, or in the wintertime, you would be golden,
Yeah. What were you showing us there, Vibes? You learn how to read a magazine?
Yeah. Hey, I got a bag, bushy bag here, of stuff from the event, and this catalog they put it in the. This is the old one. They put it in the the bag they give to you.
The goodie bag.
Yeah. Which is this is a pretty cool magazine. I haven't seen it before, so this is cool. And they got really good pictures of the lake, Dinganiga. So that's cool. So it's definitely something I'm gonna add to my others. The aquascapes. This would be tropical fish.
I wanted to get that book on that. There's a book you can buy on that.
Yeah. Okay, this one's up to date. It's not brand new. This is also in the goodie bag. spirulina, which is a lot of y'all recommend. If you went Triple Crown, you would saw that really. Zoom Med, spirulina. The bloodworms, kind of worms.
Throw that away right now.
Why did you open it and smell it?
Fish wouldn't even touch it.
The
Yeah,
nano.
Throw them
Oh,
away
that-
too.
Yeah.
Here's something I learned about these things. Now, I haven't tried it, and the guy that I learned it from hasn't tried it either. Mark Powell. We learned out if you take these and crush them up and feed them to your
What, your shrimp?
no, it's a food source. Brine shrimp.
Oh, if you're trying to grow them for longer.
Yeah, you take the stuff and crush it up. Since a lot of us give it free, all the time, right? You got to crush that stuff up, throw it, drop it in there.
Yeah, I haven't tried Zoom Eds, but the Hikari tablets like that, I put them in and come back 4 days later, and they looked exactly as the same way that I put them in.
Yeah.
Yeah, they must-
Daphne, there you go. He is here. He's been watching me. Hey, pal, good to see you.
I'll have to try those because I got a lot of. I don't have Daphne. I have Moina, which is just a smaller version of it.
it made it work.
It might.
Hey, pal, you definitely had your ears itching. You came in the perfect time.
'Cause
Yeah.
I either give them yeast or I give them green water.
Does anyone use the Zoom Med declinator?
I threw it away.
Yeah.
I've never even seen it for sale anywhere I've been.
No, I
That's a
haven't.
good point. Where is it sold at, I wonder?
I have no idea.
Honestly, your Petco sells Zoom Med, and I've never even seen it there.
Right.
Yeah,
Good
all I've seen is their tanks and stuff.
Yeah,
Right.
I've never seen. Well, they got some lizard stuff and whatever in there, but not that.
I think that was it. No, I got some other stuff here, but yeah. But I got some stuff from Fitz. Fitz was there as well.
no, that'd be.
2 bags. Make the black water.
Now you put that in a filter, or you just throw it in a tank.
Either. Which one was it?
The tea bags.
2 bags.
They actually sell a little holder that you hang on the tank and you put the tea bag in.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You can put it, yeah. Oh, you
It
can put it in the filter too.
It looks like one of them little cone feeders you put worms in, and the worms come out the little tiny holes in the bottom.
Okay, yeah.
Then of course you got the cones.
I guess you could mix it up like you're making Lipton iced tea and just pour a little in every now and then.
And they
I've
also
heard it.
let me try this stuff. I haven't used this stuff. Now, I got a feeling this is a gimmick. Cichlids. Now, you die-hard cichlid keepers out there, African cichlids, probably disagree with me on that. But, I mean, it probably does help promote health for your cichlids. But I think it's definitely an advertisement. So, yeah.
Now, could you use that for your brine shrimp hatchery?
Probably.
Because I bought that years ago whenever I was going to start, and I still had it. I bought the, not years ago, but the Ocean Life
Uh-huh.
to make marine salt, and that's what I used for my brine shrimp hatchery. It works out great.
I use those water softener pellets. The little balls.
Crush them up.
I don't even crush them up. I just throw in about 6 of them and let them dissolve.
Mm-hmm.
What, in a quart of water?
It's a 2-liter bottle. It's one of
Oh,
those guys.
Welcome in, J Rock. Good to see you. And also, when I was there, they had some shrimp pellets. The Fritz. This is the brand of fish food.
Never
Now-
heard of that.
You can buy it. I don't think I've seen it in stores. I don't think, but I've seen it online. You can buy it on Amazon. I got this stuff, and I got the Cichlid herbivore pellets. What's his name? Jimmy Gimbel. He went and gave me a stack of other ones to try out, but they're basically all the same thing. They might have maybe different ingredients, but what I'm a fan of, this is just a sample pack, but they're a soft pellet. They're not like a normal pellets out there. This you can actually break them up. It's like trying to think. I'm gonna say Play-Doh.
Kind of crumbly.
Oh,
Yeah.
like Play-Doh, like a dough. Yeah.
Yeah, and what you can do if you can pack is a pieces are too small, put them together and make a big ball. Put a bigger fish, or you could make a little tab and put it on the side of glass, so your fish can eat, like shrimp, whatever. You eat on the side of glass.
It's interesting.
So I like the idea behind it. I need to try it. Since I got plenty now to try, I'm gonna try it out and see how my fish like it. And the way it's made, most fish foods are made by heating up. This is made by a very low temperature, so your nutrients are not lost when they make this stuff. So, and for those who don't know, Jason was there at the event, and I guess I don't know where all he is. Is he sponsored or does he work with him now? Fritz, I don't know, but he was at the booth, whatever.
Prime time was there?
Yeah, Jason. Yep. I'm assuming that Fritz brought him in. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Anyways. So, hey, for those that missed my live streams at the event, I had some guests on from the event that I brought up, and he was one of them, Jason. But anyways, Seacom was there as well, and Sue, if you don't know who she is, she's a Texas rep. Seacom. Anyway, she's one of my good friends. She's the one that sponsored the giveaway Thursday night, by the way. Anyways, she gave me some more towels, but she's awesome. Now this T-shirt with the pullover button down, I've not opened yet. I haven't seen it yet. So this came with. I went and bought it when I got my ticket for the event. The Focus at the front.
Getting all fancy.
Is that like one of them shirts that wick the sweat away or whatever?
I think so. It looks that way. Let's see. It needs to be a polyester or a spandex. Come on, where is the? Maybe you don't even have it on even. The material.
Sorry, not the back pedal, but that Vitalis food, KG Tropical sells it too.
Okay. How much though? They don't say.
That shrimp pellet one was $8.49.
Okay, that ain't bad.
Depends on the size of it.
Right.
It's that size he had.
Okay.
Is that a 70 gram? It looks like it. I think I heard of this before. I feel like I heard of that company before.
But that's not a shirt. That's definitely a keeper. One I wear for future events and stuff.
That's a nice shirt.
Mm-hmm. It cost $25. The T-shirts were like 20. Actually, my size I think was at 17. But so you know what? I got plenty of T-shirts. Plenty.
The kid's size was 17.
Right. So anyway, so you know what? I don't have too many event shirts like that. Fish shirts that have the button down. I said, you know what? I'm going ahead and spend the money. I'm glad I did. Let's see what's in the little bag that I pulled out. Oh yeah. Like a whole stack of these QR codes. which I need to talk to my local fish stores and see if I can persuade them to let me stick some of these on their aquariums. And each one's like, for instance, you can't read it too well. Anyway, each one's named, and if you scan it, it'll pull up that fish and tell you all about it. Like, this is a fat-mouth cichlid, a German blue ram, parrotfish, pistogrammy, goldfish, neoplecto, yellow lab.
Where'd you get them at?
From Lily Ecology.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is her newest project. It basically this QR code will send them to her that platform for that fish.
Send you to her website.
Right, which is good. Good idea. So I see potential in that. There's only like two, maybe three fish stores in my area that I know that would even think about that this is a good option. A lot of them say, nah. Anyways, I got to meet that guy.
The Blur? Oh, Chris Biggs?
Yeah.
I got to meet him at Fishtoberfest, hung out with him. That dude is a trip.
That guy has energy. Woo!
Well, I wish I had his energy, man.
He is high as drum.
Oh,
Of course.
man, I want to bottle that up and sell it.
And this is the club that hosted the event. The Hill Country Cichlid Club. And the way it sounds, this club is back in action. So COVID kind of put them, stopped them. But I got this one.
Oh,
Bougie?
It's kind of bougie.
You got more than one there.
I do. Yee! That was. I would say that's probably my highlight of the whole event was to go meet her in person. So that was cool. She's awesome, y'all. I had a great time hanging out with her over the weekend. And some of y'all that caught my first live stream at the event, Uncle Joe's Fish Shed. He showed up and he popped up for a couple minutes. Anyways, he's based out of South Florida, so we might be doing a collaboration here in the future. So stay tuned for that. The Better King was there. I think it might be one of his first events. He breeds betters. Anyways, that's a better with the crown on it. Keychain. He gave that to me. You know what? I'm gonna take out a package. Why not? This would be the keychain from Sarah. If you know Sarah at Fish Brand, this would be the discus keychain. It focuses.
I have that one.
With the Sarah on the back.
Mm-hmm.
It has another sticker.
I have the koi.
Oh, you met Cece?
Yep, she was there. Nice, pal. Do it. You can create a website and do the same thing with Crayfish. Yes. Hey, by the way, pal, I got questions. Oh yeah, they had those there too as well. Yeah, boy. Pal, I got questions that I maybe I just need to look on your channel and see if you have videos about that. Like the questions I have. If not, I might have to. I don't know. Let's see. Biggs is a great guy. I spent a lot of time with him last week. Hopefully, it'll get the video out soon. At Reptilian. It's an awesome place. Yeah, Biggs was overly surprised about that till the end. Yeah, if I said it right. It's a place it's about an hour from where the event was. About an hour away. It's a pretty big place. Hey, Shark Fin, welcome in. Yeah. Okay, pal. Not tonight, because that made the live stream go late. And I got some stuff else backstage behind camera. I'm gonna put the stickers and stuff back in the envelope before I lose it. Now, of course, y'all, I had a great time hanging out with Mark Powell. And okay, we didn't have much time hanging out. He was busy. He did a talk Thursday night, which I had to catch that one. I mean, I kind of showed up late. Thursday was my birthday, so the local Austin, Chris Aquazone, and Cece, us four, we all went out for a dinner. And Mike, the local Austin, paid for my meal. Anyways, whatever. We went. He got us back late to the hotel to the event. Now, this is something that is going to be a DIY project. Now, some of y'all might laugh, which I hope you do. Maybe if you laugh enough, it might make you think about it.
We're always laughing with you, not at you.
Yeah. Some of y'all might really try it. What problem is, I haven't tried it yet.
You got those big scissors out?
Nope. I didn't have to this time. Okay. So, when you want to do quarantine tanks, and you don't have a tank available, but all you have is
So you're getting ready to show us a 5-gallon bucket?
Yep. How'd you know?
Yeah, Bucky's one.
Oh, Bucky's bucket.
And who has one of these in the fish room? That's what I'm asking.
You know what? I am so surprised Ed doesn't have one. That would be an awesome Christmas gift for him.
It would be.
I probably wouldn't even buy one. I got
But-
stacks of buckets. I wouldn't buy one, but it's cool. It's cool.
But you know what, y'all? I was surprised. This thing's cheap. This is cheaper than those buckets are.
How much?
It was $3.89.
Damn. Yeah, it's probably.
My Lowe's is like
Yeah.
$4.90, I think.
Did you buy enough for all of us?
Nope, I bought two. So yeah.
That's crazy.
I just use those cat litter buckets because I get them for free.
Oh yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, those are because they got a nice handle too.
I know. I could go to. I need to look into it. My local Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A used to give out free the buckets, free buckets, whatever. I need to go talk to them.
Yeah, there's a restaurant here that'll give you out free buckets because
Yeah.
it's with the mayonnaise or relish.
Mhm.
Well, our market, they get their macaroni salad, the icing that they use to make cakes and like do donuts and stuff.
Yeah.
They actually sell them. They won't give them away.
Huh.
And
So
they're the ones that come with that lid that's resealable.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it has that seal on it. So like if you're going on a long trip, they're great. You drill a hole, then a vent hole, like for put an air tube
Yeah.
in.
But anyway, so I do need to talk to my Chick-fil-A. I know the owner of the Chick-fil-A very well. So, anyways,
Sure you do.
hey, stop it.
Sure you do.
Anyway, he's a pretty cool guy.
You probably know the
Anyways.
owner of In-N-Out and everybody.
Yeah, probably too much. Anyways, back to this DIY project. You use it for quarantine, right? Quarantine tank. The problem is, depends on where you're quarantining. That fish could jump out if you don't have a lid, right?
Yeah.
So what do you do?
I put window
Spraying
screen.
around. Oh, damn.
No, I put window screen over it and put a bungee cord around it. That's
So what
special
is
made
that?
for a bucket. That's special made for a bucket.
Oh,
This is
really?
made for bucket. Yes. Hold on. I'm installing it first. We'll show it to you.
I
Did
could
you,
have a
read, did you read the directions?
Nope.
I could have a really bad joke here, but I won't.
I know. Anyways, now I just put on loosely. You can see.
Yeah, it'll go down the whole way over, right?
Yeah. It's made for paint. Just strain paint out. And you get on Amazon a pack of 6 of them for like $5 something.
What?
Huh.
No way. What? That's crazy.
And the same material, I could use it in other DIY projects in the aquarium hobby. It was just this past week I stumbled across this stuff. Like, dude, what? Why has no one told me about this stuff? This is nice mesh stuff. You can use it for filter media, put in here. I mean, you can cut it up, or whatever you need to do.
Yeah, there they are. I'm looking at them.
They're cheap, right?
A 10-pack of 5-gallon bucket paint filter bags are $8.99.
Yeah, and these things are big too, y'all. This is the size of the bucket.
Yeah.
So now, if you want, if you fish jump, put this across over your bucket. Ta-da! You can run your airline upside the strainer, and the fish won't jump off. They can't. And it that's oxygen in to the tank.
Can you stretch it down the whole way over? Is that what you're doing?
That's what I'm doing now.
Well, it's kind of hard if you got a handle, I'm sure.
Right. The handle definitely makes it harder. I mean, you don't have to get it all the way down, but it's a little bit because the bottom is toned up a little bit, right?
Well, you can cut a hole in it, two little holes,
Yeah.
feet
But
in.
that right here, that is tight. There's nothing going to slip in between the mesh and the bucket. Nothing.
Yeah. I'm learning all kinds of things because who said it in the chat? But they make a hard one. Sunny G. And Amazon has those too.
Yep. I saw that too.
It just fits on top of it and it's got the mesh in the middle like a lid.
But I wanted. I thought about that, but the price difference is quite a bit cheaper.
Yeah, it's quite a bit. The cheapest
Look at
one.
that.
The cheapest one on here I see the hard ones is $19.99. No,
Yeah. See,
here's a 15 one.
and 15 that's just too much. For DIY project, that's too much. So ta-da! Yeah.
Like,
Why hasn't this been popular in? Why haven't people talked about this stuff?
it's interesting.
So we didn't know.
It's amazing how many DIY projects are out there just waiting to be found.
Well,
No,
for $9 for a 10-pack, I'll probably have to have some of them on the shelf.
yeah, keep them
I
around.
was thinking about that too, because you could do all kinds of stuff with them.
And for instance, if you have a breeder box and the holes in the breeder box are too big to fly, drop the breeder box inside of this, or they put it inside the breeder box. And there you go. Your fly don't get through this stuff. The holes are like.
Here's what I was thinking. You could put it inside the bucket, pull it over the rim, put your gravel in there, and wash your gravel, and have some holes drilled in the bucket for the water to run out.
Yep.
Make it a permanent gravel washer.
Yeah.
I watched Peck Tech do that, where he drilled like 1,000 little holes around, and then he put his
Yeah,
gravel.
I did that. That would be way better for the Fluval stratum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's the other one? Because whenever I did an aquascape up at the NEC, I took up with me a strainer for like spaghetti, and it still went through. That would be way better.
Yeah, like you're doing there. That's what I'm thinking. And then have some holes in the bottom. Set it out in your driveways to get the garden hose.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let all the crap run out, and then you've got the bag full of gravel.
Yeah.
And this elastic is strong, y'all.
Yeah, there's a lot of things you can do with that. I won't get in trouble for spending $10 on Amazon if that's all I do. My problem is I get on there to spend $10 and something happens. It's
right.
I get in trouble for it. Like, what the hell did you buy?
And that's why I went this route, because I can use this on so many other projects. I can use take it and cut it up if I need a little piece of, do your aquascaping or whatever. I mean, so many things.
Use it to
And if you want a lid on your bucket, you do a DIY project. You could have the regular lid, but cut a hole out in the middle, and use this as the cover.
Yeah.
The options are So, anyways, hopefully someone can take this and maybe expand this whole idea and make some more projects out there. The only problem, y'all, one problem. It's from China.
Whatever.
I know. I'm just joking.
Yeah.
I just found it for $6.99.
There you go.
I sent you a text, Curtis.
Okay. I was just looking for one for a 2-gallon bucket because I use those a lot to haul fish around because I don't need 5 gallons. I only need the little ones. And then they make the hard strainers for 2-gallon ones.
Yeah.
Oh, and they make those too for a 2-gallon bucket.
Yeah. Right. But the problem with the hard ones I'm looking at, it just sits on the bucket. It don't actually snap on. See, if I want a lid that I want it to snap on, that way I can travel with it whatever I want to, even if it has like a mesh basket or whatever in the middle. But yeah.
Well, fellas, I got work in the morning, so I better go to bed.
Okay. Sweet dreams.
Right.
Don't sleep too good.
No, I need to. I didn't sleep.
I know too.
Thanks for coming up.
Yeah, no problem. Y'all have a good night. Good night, everybody in chat. Y'all have a good one. Later.
See ya.
Bye. So, how do you feel about that, Curtis? About this mesh?
No, I love that idea. Because
yeah.
I don't know how I'm going to do it now. Because in my 4Runner, I just left 2 or 3 buckets in there.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know how I'm going to do it with this new truck. But I'll figure out a way, and I will probably throw some of those in there just in case I need them.
Right. And for instance, y'all, if you have a bucket, and say if there's a fish in the bucket, right? 2 fish in the bucket, and they're fighting, you could separate them if you want. Put one fish on the bottom side of the net, the mesh, and one on the top side. You know what I mean? No, I think I'm gonna stop telling you ideas. Like I want y'all to think about ideas as well, not just what I gotta say. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm excited for that. That came to my attention this past week. I was trying to think of something I could use to cover a bucket as a lid without sealing it off. You know what I'm saying? I think I see my job I do. We do a lot of painting, whatever. We order to paint by the bucket, big bucket of it at a time, whatever. Or not just one bucket, but a pile of buckets, whatever. And it's occasionally I'll paint. We'll get maybe a little order. I've been sitting for a while, and we'll start getting clumps in it or get a little piece of dirt in it, and we have to strain it out. And at our job, we use a screen to strain it. Anyways, I was doing some research. Like, why do we use what we do and not something like this? So I think, you know what? Surely someone already has made a strainer for a bucket that slides over the bucket. You could do your straining paint. Sure enough, they do. So I'll take a peek and find it.
I might order one of those hard ones too, just to see
Yeah, do it. Let me know.
just to see how they fit on there.
Because if they fit pretty good, I might, yeah. Strain cottage cheese. I mean, yeah, especially sometimes cheese, depending on the brand and the curd size, it come in and there's a lot of liquid in the tub. Yeah, it probably wouldn't hurt to strain some of it out. Sonny.
Yeah. I agree.
So,
Because I usually, because I've been known, kind of like you, there's places around here where you can just stop and see what's in that creek and what's over there. And forever, I had the seats in my 4Runner folded down, and I got a couple of buckets put together and an air pump and an air stone, and I have my inverter in there. But
same.
I
Now
never
this way,
I never took any lids. I always only put like 2 inches of water in there.
right? And okay.
Hope they don't jump out.
Yeah, I've always taken lids. That way, I can, depending on what's out there. If I find fish that I really want, and I find a nice handful of them, I want enough water in there that I can, yeah. But this mesh is small enough that even baby shrimp won't be able to fit through the holes. That's how small the mesh is. I don't know what the millimeter, whatever you call it, is.
Depending on how far I was going, if I had the mesh over the top, I wouldn't even put an air stone or nothing in there.
Oh no,
because there's enough sloshing as you're driving that they're fine.
Mm-hmm. Actually, this would be a better idea than a lid.
Yeah, you'd have more oxygen exchange.
Yeah, and you could easily run an airline up beside. Now, I don't know. Oh, it should be fine. It shouldn't be. If you don't pull the mesh all the way down tight over the bucket, you'll have enough for the airline. Don't pinch it.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to poke a hole in it. Just run it up over the side and
right.
down in.
And then over everything. Now, like Skipper said, that handle definitely hurts the net, but you don't need to have the net all the way down over. You just, you could maybe you bunch up a little bit even over the handle. Yeah. So I'm kind of excited. I think this was one of my highlights of the week for the fish keeping hobby. It's probably one of my hobby highlights. So for DIY project. So yeah, pal, you tired anyways. Yeah, me too. Yeah, those questions, Mark, you still here? That might maybe it better if I would put it if we have a topic on Thursday night about it. That'd be cool. Oh, I know what I was gonna do. I got some other stuff I got from the event. I want to show y'all. Go ahead, back. Now, don't chew me out, y'all.
Spirulina's good.
Yeah, this is the 2-pound bucket of it. And how much do you think this thing cost me?
I have no idea. Only thing I've ever bought that size is goldfish flake for outside.
Yeah. Now, so my plan is...
That was probably like $45-$50 for the goldfish ones.
Yeah. I think they had at the event. I think they had these things like $50. I think on sale because I think they had a little discount on them at the event. But anyways, Vibes being Vibes does not pay that price. I'm just saying. But anyways.
Oh yeah, we know.
So anyways, what my plan is big bucket. I will use as a small container once empty. I will maybe I'll have another one container, but basically use this as my refill. Basically, most of the time I have it closed, and some of it was dry and the dark.
Yeah.
Keep it fresh.
That's what I always did. I kept the goldfish bucket like that in the house,
Yeah.
and I just filled a smaller one to take outside.
Right.
Which
Has anyone?
half the time that's a waste of time because they're eating bugs and stuff, and they just look at you
Right.
like, dude, we don't need those cheap ass flakes you bought.
Exactly. This is very bucket centric episode. Yeah, right, Stephen Pay. Yeah, true. Has anyone tried the red shrimp, large sun dried from Zoom Ed?
No. When I had turtles, I used to feed that, and you can get krill like that.
Right.
They love that stuff.
It says it's an excellent high protein treat for all large sized tropical fish and aquatic turtles.
Yep.
I tried. Wasn't had curry? Maybe had some. It was like it wasn't just shrimp, but they had other stuff that I used years ago. Was it 3-4 years ago? Maybe was it? I bought a bag from Petco or whatever. And I fed it as a treat, and they depending on the fish, they loved it. Other fish ignored it. But yeah. Anyways, so for the price, I couldn't pass it up. You know, this is at the end of the show, and the guy did not want to pack the stuff up. I don't blame him. And then some floating fish food clip from Zoom Ed.
Floating.
Yeah, there's like a ball. Clear Zoom Ed. There's a ball with a Zoom Ed logo on it, but it comes down to like a clothespin, metal clip. Here, it hangs from like a fish line. That you clip onto your whatever you're feeding your veggie wafer, your cucumber, whatever. Now, it probably depends on how heavy it is. It might hold it up. But yeah. It says for feeding vegetables. That's all.
Yeah,
But
they're probably talking about putting like nori or something in it.
Probably. Anyways, the guy gave me a couple of these to try out. I never used it before, so maybe this might be a video about it. I don't know. We'll see. And then this is one that I've seen. They have it for a little while now. The aquarium heater, a Zoom Ed. It resembles a fan.
Oh, it blows hot air on the top.
I don't know. Anyways, I've seen them. I heard about them, but I never tried them. So you know what? The guy had some extra ones. Say, hey, sure, I'll take one. I'll take it home and try it out. It has an auto shut off safety feature. I think if the water gets too low or if it takes out of the water, it'll shut off automatically, which is really cool idea. And it heats up to 100 gallons. So I'm thinking, depending on how I feel about this thing, y'all, I might keep it, or I might try it out. Maybe do like a video about it, and maybe hey, what do you think about Scar? Is that a bad idea to try it out and then give it away?
Yeah, as long as you show how it works and you don't use it for like 6 months and give it away, but
Yeah, right.
you know, make sure it works for 3 or 4 days and then package it back up. And
because most of y'all know I don't have any heaters in my fish room. I don't use heaters, but I like the idea, especially the automatic shut off valve. Are there any other heaters like that? They shut off automatically.
Yeah.
So that is really cool. So
I've never seen one with a fan on it.
Right. So I'm excited to try this thing out. Anyhow. And especially, okay, I know some years ago, a while ago, but I haven't really looked into them until Aquashella, was it Daytona? Maybe it was when I think it might be Daytona. And I did a video with one of the ambassadors, sales reps, whatever, at the event, Aquashella. Anyways, and he was telling me about it. So, and that's when I was looking to actually really trying it out.
Well, it's submersible. I'm looking at it online.
Yeah. And what's the price on those? I had no idea.
I don't know which one that is. This is a 100-watt one for $22.
This is the 300-watt.
Yeah, I just clicked on the first one. So.
Oh yeah. Does it have a good review?
Says it'll automatically heat to 78 degrees, suction cup mount, auto shut off.
Just looking at it, look like, does it have any exposed places for a fish to get burnt?
I'm looking for its overall rating. Its overall rating is 4.
Okay.
Which, there's a whole bunch of 5s, and then there's some 1s sprinkled through there.
Yeah. The ones are probably the ones that had a bad day, or they had one that was malfunction, whatever.
Well, I always read and look because sometimes people will do it like 2 or 3 times. They'll review and they'll put the same picture and it's the same name, and just because they're pissed off about it. But yeah, most of them are good reviews. I haven't seen the 300-watt one, but I wasn't looking for it.
Yeah, it's all good. So anyways, I'm not listening to that. Pal Aquatics. I remember you bidding against me on Pair of Fish. Yeah, Mark, I know. Hey, Mark, by the way, I know it's part of vibes thing, but if I'm at an auction, especially in person like that, and the other person I'm bidding against, if I know them, there's a good chance I'm probably gonna step off and stop bidding and let my friend or whoever I know have it automatically.
Yeah. Okay. The 30 or the 300-watt one is $33.
Okay, that's not bad.
No, not bad.
That one would do like a 100-gallon aquarium, right?
I didn't look to see how big it was because the 100-watt one they said was 30 gallons, so 300 would probably be 90 or 100.
Yeah. And it depends on how I like it. I might just keep it. For that matter, it's a backup. If I ever decide, to go with a tank that I do want heated to the wintertime or whatever. No, it's all good about the pair. If I knew that, Mark, no. You'll get it back, so, I mean, it's all good. It's all good. No, they had the auction there on Sunday at the event. They had a lot of breeders, like a pair of different species. I mean, some of these went for pretty penny.
Oh, yeah.
But they were phenomenal, y'all. Anyhow. Yeah, I got some new fish. I got some new fish recently. I have too many. Even Skull doesn't know what I got, and even Mark Pie don't know either. Guess you gotta wait and find out, eh? Oh, yeah. Maybe backstage, some of y'all might find out what all I got. But then again, it depends on basically now. Whatever I got, I do want to wait until after quarantine before I even really talk about them. Because quarantine, I'm not home my breath on any of these new fish I got from the event. That water at the hotel, I don't know if it was the water at the hotel. Something was going on, y'all. There was a lot of fish that were dying at the event. A lot.
I heard that it was ran through a water softener.
Yeah.
So it was, I don't know, it's like nothing in it. There's no minerals to it.
Yeah. So
I always take my own water. I got one of those orange Gatorade 5-gallon thing. I fill that up with my water and aerate it, and that's what I take. That's just what I heard, Mike.
Yeah.
I mean, and I heard somebody else said it was RO water, and it was like, I've never been in a hotel that had RO water.
Right.
I just take my own because I don't trust nothing.
Mm-hmm. No. Yeah. There was just too much stuff happening last weekend. There was a lot of stuff I couldn't answer. You know, like, why did that happen? I don't know. Like, for instance, okay, I'll say one species I picked up. I picked up some swordtails from what's his name? The owner of Goliad Farm.
I can see his face.
Anyways, he was there and he had talk, whatever. Some of his fish was in the auction. I bought them, whatever. I probably paid too much for them. Anyhow,
his name's Charles. His name's Charles.
Yeah, Charles.
Chaps Clap or Clap
Yeah,
Slap.
yep. Anyways, there were probably like 8 in the bag or whatever. And that bag was filthy, whatever. I don't know what all they've been from the time that they were collected to the time that they were in the auction. I don't know that. But time I got them at the auction, the water was like very, very brown. Anyways. And I said, you know what, this is not gonna be good to get home. So I did a water change on them that night. This was Sunday night. I did a water change on them at the hotel. Anyways, by morning, there was only 2 left. And then I brought them home. And of course, I did another water change. And the water I have in my house, whatever. And now there's only 1 left. So I don't know what all happened to all that stuff. I'm puzzled. I talked with Mike about it, really look awesome. He's puzzled. Yeah, there's a lot of unknown going on. But lucky enough, all the other fish I've gotten so far from the event, the others are still okay yet. It was just that those, I don't know. I'm kind of, yeah. I think there was more going on than we realized. But anywho, it's okay. Whatever.
Well, it was like a couple months ago when I went to the Quad City Swap. I was learning. So I don't go to swaps all the time.
Right.
I was learning from other people. They were asking, when did you bag this fish?
Mm-hmm.
Because this was Sunday afternoon, and some of them were saying that they bagged them Friday afternoon. And I'm thinking,
Wow.
It's going to be Monday afternoon by the time I get home.
Yep.
So that's why I take my water with me, and I need to take Cheryl with me every time because Cheryl has battery operated pumps and brings bags.
Right.
And
Mm-hmm.
everything that I didn't think about taking a bunch of stuff she brought.
Right.
So but I didn't lose very many. Neither one of us did.
Nice.
But we were changing water and taking
Right.
them out of bags, putting them in buckets, doing all that stuff. So
Okay, that wasn't bad, Mark.
yeah, it's not bad at all.
I didn't spend that much, but it wasn't far from it. I spent too much, whatever. But I lost like 7. So that's pretty good, Mark. Yeah.
See, Mark said he packed his on a Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
It's not I'm upset because somebody packed them. I just want to know so that I know what like my time limits
Right.
are. You know what I'm getting?
Yeah.
You know, if they've been
And
in the bag,
also-
they've been in the bag 3 or 4 days, I'm gonna at least rebag them, get some fresh water.
Right. And also, I've been thinking about maybe I talk to vendors, whatever. When did you feed these fish last? Did you feed them right before you bagged them, or have they been? Have you fasted them for a day or two?
Another good question.
Because if they just fed them yesterday and they bagged them yesterday or whatever, that means that water is nasty. But if they fast them for a day or two, there's a good chance that the water's it's pretty clean yet. You know what I mean? So it kind of helps you know what time frame you have before you have to worry about it. Oops. The problem was most killifish keepers keep them in salt, neutral, or acidic water. The big difference in water was a problem. It's not a mystery. Yeah. Nice. Wow, nice. I do need to figure out. Like I said, that's for another topic. Anywho. Yeah, yep. That's a good idea. Fast your whatever you're going to ship out 24 hours. That way, it lowers the ammonia in the bag. Yeah, Steven, you still here? How was your birthday? I think I'm about done. What I was trying to talk about tonight.
Well, I finally accomplished something besides screwing up vehicles and stuff, though.
What's that?
It's like it's too hot now, so I'm done. Like with spring shipping, I'm not shipping nothing else till fall.
Right.
But as far as I know, I was 100%. No loss.
Awesome.
Couple hundred fish went across the country and not one complaint. Nobody. And I asked, did you lose any? Because I always send extra, and they're like, no, everything was fine. Thanks for the extras, And I was just like, finally, one time in my life I did that, because it's always like I lost one and this guy lost one.
Right.
Finally.
And that's why a lot of people will send extra just in case.
Yeah.
Hey, George, Matthew Callie, welcome in. Hey, George, since you just showed up, hey, Dabs, welcome in. I'll go for another 3 minutes. How about that, George? And then we'll wrap it up. And, George, you can always message me or Skull and get a link, come up backstage. We can hang out more if you want.
Yeah.
And that goes to for Lumi as well. Lumi, I know you're probably still looking yet, knowing you. Anyone else is looking. But. Oh yeah, today I went and rescued 2 more fish from the same person that I rescued 2 weeks ago. From basically the fish that he gave me, he had two more in the school, but it was in a highly dense kind of setup, so he wasn't able to catch the other 2. But he finally did them this past week. He said, hey, bro, you caught the other 2. So today I went over them, picked them up, brought them back. So, which I'm kind of excited about that. Now, some of y'all in the chat are, I know in the fish community, in the fish fam, already know or have an idea what's going on with some of my fish. So, which that's okay, because that means you've been following along. I had a box of several species of fish get lost for 11 days. Everything showed up in great shape. Awesome, Mark.
He's got me beat.
Yeah.
Longest I ever did was 7 because of fabulous post office.
Mm-hmm. And the package that Miracle Austin sent to another fish person, it was they wanted an overnighter. That was expensive, y'all. An overnight shipping is expensive. Anywho, whatever. Hopefully they get the money back. Whatever. We sent it out Monday, and it didn't arrive till Wednesday. But all the fish were happy. They were all okay, so that was good. Because some of the fish that were in this box, this lady actually collected from Goliad Farms. Or collected. You don't say it that. I don't know. Okay, they're at the farm. They have these big concrete pond, basically underground, kind of underground, I guess, or at in the greenhouse. And these fish have been down for years, whatever. So the most of them are mutts, mush pit, basically. Of all the guppies, mollies, but you name it, whatever. It's down there. And this lady, what I understood, she herself went and had a net and caught him and brought him back to the event. Anyway, so we went shipping for her back to Ohio. So, and they sound like they all made it okay. So, but no, I didn't realize how much overnight shipping cost for a box of fish.
Yeah.
$150.
Yeah. I got a quote on one. It was like a 2.5 pound box. There's quite a few bags in it. And to South Florida from Kansas to South Florida was like $185.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, no, they'll be all right for 3 or 4 days. We're not doing that.
Now, I
like
understand that it depends on the fish or whatever you're sending. If you sending, say for instance, $800 fish, yeah, definitely, that makes sense. But if you're sending a bag of guppies, a bag of mollies that cost maybe $20, $30 at the most, no. Hey, I knew it. I knew it. Did I tell you to go? Lily's backstage looking.
Yeah, I know she is.
Mm-hmm.
I got like 3 different chats going on in the background over here. That happens every time that we're on. It's like I have a chat going on my phone, and I'm getting stuff from Alex on Instagram.
Right. Yep.
Like, I was home all day. You could have sent me that earlier, Alex. You didn't have to wait till now.
Right. 18-pound box from Virginia to Ohio was $273. Whoa.
18 pounds is a big ass box, though.
It is a big box.
That's a big box.
Yeah, I sent rice fish at that rate. Nice. Anyways, y'all, I think I gave George, if you're still here, Mr. Kelly, a couple more minutes than we just said I was going to give you. So, anyways, hopefully everyone has a wonderful weekend. Happy Sunday tomorrow, and get some rest. We'll head out. Skull, what you got?
Love your family and your friends. Keep them close to you. That's more important than anything else in this world.
Mm-hmm. These fish that keep in these tanks, really doesn't matter.
Nope.
So anyways, thanks again, everyone. Thanks to all the replay crew, all the lurkers. Till later. Peace out. Bye.